You're live. Hello, hello. I hope you can hear me all right. Might just move this and put it a little bit closer because it's flopping around there. That's good. You should hear me all right now. Welcome to Friday Reconnective Healing Live. I'm a little bit late starting. I do always try to remember to put a little, a little post up just to say two, but it's 2 or thereabouts. So if you are able to join me live, that's always great. And I know that some of you will watch me later. You'll watch back later, which is great. So I'm just going to refresh because if you are here, I will try and acknowledge you and be able to see you in chat. That's good. Okay, I think we're all right. Well, I haven't prepared anything today. I'm just going to come and be with you and do a little bit of reconnective healing. I can hear that. I can hear that delay. At least I know it's filming. I'll just turn the volume down and share these beautiful frequencies. I was thinking about anxiety, feeling anxious. There's been a lot happening this week. I don't just mean in the news. I mean in my life, just stuff, the same as you have. But also things locally, just things that affect the family, or I don't want to go into detail, but just things that have been quite sad, some things that have been bad news, that have been upsetting news, that have made me realise this is it's tough. It's tough living in this world. And you almost have to learn how to harden yourself, toughen up in order to survive. If you're a sensitive person, you take it on board and it can feel really oppressive. You have this anxiety in your stomach, your pit of your stomach. Do you recognize that feeling? And the thing that causes it can be different, is different for all of us all the time. And you just get over one thing and think, thank goodness that's over, thank goodness that's behind me. And there's always something else. And like I say, it can be just setbacks in your own life, disappointments, or it can be just stuff that you know, is happening to all of us in the collective. But it's a heavy, oppressive energy. And you might think, I want to be taken away from it. I just want, beam me up, Scotty. Come down and just rescue me and take me away to a better place. Take me somewhere else, even if it's just somewhere else in my head. And we use things that help us escape. We get lost in, I don't know, beautiful things, reading, watching a nice film, having a walk in nature in a nice place. And those things help us keep sane. But how do we deal with those things? What do we do with them? Well, that's what I want this to be about, this healing time, because I really feel that I'm being told to just hold on to that moment. Don't be in a rush to escape from it. And that's what I want to invite you to do today. So whatever it is that you bring, and there'll be something, because there always is, whatever is on your mind, whatever you're anxious about, whatever makes you sad, whatever burdens, then just bring them here to this space. And together we'll sit with those things. You might even want to imagine that you've got your hands open or even hold your hands open as a kind of bowl shape. And have some image of those things that you're placing into that bowl. Turn your hands into a kind of altar. You're bringing them. Notice I use the word altar because we're going to do something with those things in this healing time. So think about your loved ones, anybody in your family or friendship group that you're concerned about, any health issues or relationship issues or work issues or financial, anything at all. Whatever the need is, just bring it. Anything that you're aware of that affects your environment, your locality, your nation, our world, bring that. It's getting quite heavy, these hands, this this offering. And instead of wanting to forget about it, just let's sit with it for a moment. Let's just feel the weight of it. And that takes courage. And then we're going to, with our love, with our compassion, with our empathy, we're going to transmute it. When we activate the reconnective healing frequencies in a way that we don't understand, things change. And I hinted at an alchemical metaphor by saying we're going to bring them to the altar. At the altar, what happens? There's a fire. Why is there a fire? Because the fire consumes and purifies. Things become transmuted back to their pure essence. And there's a shift energetically. So we're going to, the reason I ask you to sit with them and feel into them at the beginning is because we're going to think at the end, we'll check back in and say, how do we feel now? Has there been a change? So if you're ready, bring your thoughts of love, bring your compassion, open your heart, offer yourself at the altar as a priest, as a channel, as a means of grace to transmute these lower energies into pure light. And that's just reminded me of a beautiful prayer. In fact, I'm looking at it right now. I'm just going to show you. I'm sitting where I sit to do my own quiet time. And I've got a bookshelf in front of me, a bookcase here, and on the bookcase there are some things. I'll show you what there are, what I have. I have this bowl with my little angel runes, little sigils of angels. That sits there. And then I have a bell. Shall I show you my bell? I've used it before sometimes. It's a beautiful sound, actually. I might just use it. I might use it in this little session just to mark the beginning and the end. And then I have this lovely candle holder. I place a candle in there, and that has the ashes of my dad in. So that's a lovely, it's on my altar. It's there because it's a lovely connection to him. I have this, what is it? I just love the feel of it. You get them as wands, don't you? What are they called? Someone in the comments tell me. Can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me. It's crystal. It's kind of not actually a crystal, I don't think. It's some sort of mineral. But anyway, I have that there just because it's a lovely thing. And then I have this prayer, and I've got it in a picture frame. But I've memorised that prayer, so I don't need to put my glasses on and read it because I use it every day. And Jill, who I know will be watching, you told me you use this, and I've memorised it and learned it too. And what it says is, it's a prayer of Morna Simeona, who was the founder of Ho'oponopono self-identity method, and who was Dr. Hugh Len's teacher. And it's acknowledging that we bring everything, all the stuff that we're worried about, just as we have, And then we take responsibility for it. And we take responsibility by just bringing it and saying, let's put it in the bowl here. Let's not run away from it and try and forget about it so we can feel better. Because the impulse is to want to feel better. So we do anything to feel better, and we want to forget about it and just take a kind of peace, have a little peace drug. But we're not, we're sitting with it. We're bringing it here so that we can take responsibility for it. Because in taking responsibility for it in the next 10 minutes or so, we're going to transmute it. We're going to clean it. And that's really what Ho'oponopono is about. So the prayer says, Dear Father, Creator, Divine Creator, Father, Mother, God. And you say this prayer with me. If I, my family, relatives, ancestors have offended you, your family, relatives, ancestors, in thought, word, deed, or action, since the beginning of our creation to the present moment, we ask your forgiveness. Let this cleanse, purify, release, cut all the negative energies, memories, blocks, vibrations, and transmute all the unwanted energies into pure light. Notice I do these actions when I do it. It's the way I remember it. That's like the action of flame. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's begin. so it is. I left out the last part of the prayer, which was, and so it is, because I wanted to leave the prayer open so that we could dwell in it, tarry a while. And experience that transmutation. And I wonder if as you sit now and you hold your hands, if anything feels different. Lighter somehow. Because grace steps in. It isn't by our own effort. It's through some holy alchemy. And all we're asked to do is be the witness to the transformation. That's what happens in reconnective healing. We're just observing. And the only thing that we really bring is our attention and our compassion. And then we go out into our day and we just trust. And so it is, and it is done. I love the sound of the bell. Not because there's a ritual at all involved with reconnective healing, there really isn't. It reminds me that it's all about vibration. And that although I don't see that vibrational energy, I know that it's moving. I can hear it moving. And it's just a lovely reminder of the energy, light and information doing its thing. Let's just see if I have some people here. Hello. Hello from Ghana. How lovely. Thanks for joining me. Paul, hi. I feel a calm flow of love and gratitude. That's great to know. Yeah, I feel much calmer. And so if you're watching this later on, then leave a message in the comments. If you experienced anything, sometimes people notice tingles, changes of temperature, sometimes quite dramatic changes and reactions when they experience the frequencies. Or you may just feel calm and peaceful. And anyway, I hope that you feel those touches of grace in your life today. And I thank you for joining me. If you're new here, you can learn more about reconnective healing by visiting my website to find out about what I'm able to offer as a one-to-one session with you. And you can also check out my other videos where I talk about the deepening, let's say, deepening awareness. And relate that often to some of the wisdom teachings, in particular the wisdom teachings of Jesus. And you might be interested to look at some of those too. So I'm going to love you and leave you for now, and hopefully see you again soon.